Hi, I'm Matt Marshall, founder and editor-in-chief of VentureBeat. We're here live from GTC 2024, talking with Jeri Culp, Director of Data Science and AI Solutions at HP. Welcome, Jeri.
Thank you, Matt.
Jeri, thanks for joining us here at the GTC conference by Nvidia. Now, you go by Z by HP. Let's talk a little bit about what Z by HP is and why you're here.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So Z by HP, so we have the HP brand. Z by HP really denotes our high compute workstations as a sub-brand within that broader category so that we can really showcase the compute that we bring to the workflows.
Okay, can you talk about your role as a compute unit in the overall Nvidia ecosystem of GPUs and why you're here specifically? And I think you made some announcements.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we're very excited to be working with Nvidia, and we've really showcased their GPUs for a number of years now in this high compute area. As we get into AI, this is where working with Nvidia and really helping our AI developers and data science developers out from their creation of AI is really our focus here. And so this is where we've been announcing our AI Studio and our integration with the Nvidia components, the NGC libraries that we can pull in and help our customers really get a start at what they're doing.
Great. Now you mentioned a broadening of access. I think you have some other programs interesting that you're working on.
Yeah, we do. There's two in particular. One is we've created an AI certification program for our channel partners so that we can help educate them to get to the customers to a broader base and be able to kind of democratize AI a little bit more. The second one is some work we're doing with Nvidia, going to Nairobi, Kenya, and working with a startup, Amini. And what they're really looking at is how can they help the food scarcity and the farmers there be able to make better decisions in what they're doing so that it can actually kind of go into the hands of the farmers to really improve their lives and the area that they're in.
Yeah, we talked about the variety of applications and industries and countries around the world apparently being affected by this generative AI revolution. Can you talk a little bit about what's driving business at HP or Z by HP? What industries? What verticals?
You know, it's across all of them. One of the things that we see where we've been focused primarily from a legacy perspective with M&E, product development, anything that had really high compute needs. What we're seeing now is that with this transition to AI, it's really across every industry and many, many functions within those industries, whether it's product development or it's marketing, sales. It's showing up everywhere that companies have data to be able to drive that. And so it's really across the board. And I think we heard that in Jensen's keynote, that it's just everywhere these days.
Got it. You know, let's drill down a little bit more into the Z product. Can you tell us clearly what the AI Studio is?
Yeah, thanks for asking. So AI Studio is a centralized platform that enables the data science and AI developers to do their work. And to do it, it really combines the data, the people, and the compute together in a centralized way so that as data science and AI development is a team sport, it allows them to kind of come together, get on the same environment, and do it simply. And also by bringing in pre-trained models, it allows them to get started a little bit faster.
Can you talk a little bit about your view on the differentiation of that product relative to the other products out there in terms of the AI Studio or your larger program, Z?
Yeah. So when we look at what we're doing, we're trying to supplement the workflow. Because what we're finding is with the costs that are entailing with everybody getting into AI, being able to start on the workstation, do your experiments, try it out with your training data, then take it to the cloud, whether it's your CSP or the Nvidia SuperCloud, right, and being able to scale out, having that capability local and being able to curate that and get the teams on the same environment is absolutely critical for them, and we feel like we have a good differentiated solution to do that.
For accessibility, that's great. Can you talk a little bit about some of the key trends you're seeing in the GPU AI ecosystem that maybe you're walking away from this conference with? Any key trends that you're surprised by?
You know, I think it's the speed at which everything is happening, right?
Yeah.
We've been going along for a while, and HP's been focused in this area for about 4 years, and I have seen a huge acceleration. If you look at the size and the number of people that are here,
Yeah.
not only the participants, but just the general crowd, it just shows the speed at which this is accelerating, and that is pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's actually hard to walk through. I don't know if you were here last night or sometimes during the day. And this San Jose Conference Center has been taken over, and it's really hard to find your way through without standing in lines. How do you see open source deployments of generative AI, Jeri? Right there's this OpenAI API, which allows companies to have this closed model, and it's relatively straightforward compared to open source, where the idea is a lot of companies for using open source are going to need more control over their data, more say in using their own resources. How do you see that evolving, and how does that affect your business, if at all?
Yeah. So I see that open source has been great. It's allowing people in and to try things out, which is really, really good, with a very low cost to be able to do that. So we see customers that are using it and will probably continue to use the open source. We're also seeing customers that have different demands on what they do, whether it's privacy of data, wanting to own more of it, and have more things maybe local versus in the cloud. And for those, we're seeing that they're actually doing more private models. So there's a lot of companies springing up that are private model companies. And so I think that's great for the whole industry, because it gives multiple choices for your kind of barriers to entry and your ability to get going.
Right. Jeri, thank you very much for joining us.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Matt.
Guests, thanks for watching, and be sure to explore more sessions in the GTC catalog.